Designers and Builders, where design meets construction. We explore groundbreaking trends and talk to the pros reshaping our spaces. For your dream home, workspace, or just great design inspiration, subscribe to Designers and Builders. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Designers and Builders podcast. I'm your host, Steve Larosiliere. Today's guest is Chelsea Kasch. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's the founder and principal designer of Chelsea Kasch Designs, a premier interior design studio specializing in custom luxury homes. With over 20 years of experience in interior design, Chelsea founded in 2014 to bridge communication gaps between builders and homeowners. I love that. Ensuring smooth project execution, based in Lehigh, Utah, serving clients throughout Utah, including Salt Lake City, Highland, Aspen, and Park City. You specialize in high-end residential design, creating cohesive, timeless, and thoughtful living spaces. You've been recognized with high-profile clients such as influencer Rachel Parcell, Emily Jackson, Indy Bell, professional golfer Tony Finau, right? Is that how you say it? Finau.
Yep.
And you've been featured in Utah Style and Design, Cottage Journal, and multiple times in the Utah Valley Parade of Homes, including a Platinum Award in 2015. Welcome, Chelsea.
That was quite the introduction. I loved that.
Well, it's just
Give it all
the way we
you.
have
It
to
made
do
me
it.
feel real special.
Well, you're being introduced. Like, that's the way you need, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
2014 is not a,
I wish everyone introduced me that way. I would totally love that.
2014 is not a small amount of time. 10 years doing design business
Yeah.
is not a short amount of time. Give us the background. How did you come to solve this problem?
So it's funny because I mean, obviously I've been in the design world way longer than that, but I started my business in 2014. But prior to that, I was working for a different firm. Well, it was kind of like it's a furniture store essentially. And they would work with these builders. And I just quickly started seeing that there was such a first of all, a lot of builders really didn't like designers, which I thought was crazy because I was like, we're here to help you. Like this should be like such a friendship. And so I quickly recognized that. And then I quickly recognized that there was such a lack, like so many designers were just there for the pretty stuff. They were just there to be like, here, client, here's a portfolio of the colors we would use, the tiles we would use, the furniture. And then they kind of walked away a little bit. And I didn't love that. Like, I was like, no, no, no. I want to be in there when the plans are starting. I want to be in there working with the builder alongside them and then being that communication to the client. Like, that was really important to me because I'm like, the client hired me and the client hired me and the builder. So let's us two work together to make sure that client's getting everything they want. And let's not make them be the middleman. Let's us work together. So that became like a huge pro. And I started noticing when I started implementing it, how much it helped and people loved it. So it worked out great.
That is really interesting because I came to a similar conclusion with my firm, Purpose Design Build, was that people, I mean, I think it's a little bit different than maybe with home builders, but I found that clients do not want to talk to contractors at all.
And they don't understand a little bit. You know,
don't understand the lingo. And the contractors don't want to talk to clients. They just want to do the work.
Yeah. Yeah. And they want them to know, like, they just want the quick answers. They don't want to explain things.
They don't want to explain things. But that to me is like, it mind boggles me how contractors and builders, well, the good ones take the time to explain, but you just can't like assume that the client's just going to go along with the decisions that you make. People want explanations now, right?
Yeah, they want to know why they're doing things. And there's so many things too. Like people want to be like, is this healthy for me? Is this eco-friendly? Is this, there's so many questions now that I think before we just always kind of shook our head like, sure, that looks great.
Sure. And you just trusted. And now people, because we're lacking trust in everything. So like
So
you,
true.
so that's what I mean. I thought for like the longest time, I was like, oh my God, I feel like the work that you're doing and the work that I'm doing with my business is like, that's an AI proof business.
So
People are
true.
going to always want to talk to somebody to handle and to make them feel heard,
Mhm.
which is
Oh,
half the battle, right?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me, when you started with this iteration of your career and with Chelsea K Designs, tell me like what was the first meaty project that made it feel like, oh, this is a real thing.
So I had a client who they'd hired an architect. Well, he wasn't even an architect. He was a draftsman slash designer. And so he essentially handed them this portfolio of here's all these pictures, all these finishes, everything. And the builder came to me and was just like, what do I do with this? Like he's drawn doors that I can't even really make, and they have this budget, and the doors that they've drawn are like $5,000 a door. This client isn't willing to pay that. So it made me start to be like, wait a second, like, yeah, that's what designers do. I don't want to do that. Some designers, not all. And I was like, hey, let's work with this. So that was the first project that I came in and was like, I am going to elaborate on his designs, figure out how to actually bring them to life with the builder. And that builder came to me after that project and was like, that was incredible. That was the most seamless job we've ever had. Like, we have to do that again. And so then he kept hiring me over and over again because he loved the way that that was working and that I was creating a relationship with his trades. Like, I'm friends with all my trades now because I'm the one that's talking to them. Like I'm calling them. I'm not expecting the builder to or the contractors or anyone. Like I'm making that connection. And so now the trades, like I know how they're going to work. I know how they're going to respond. And so that one project just totally had that roll in. And now we all are just work seamlessly together because we all know how each other works together. And now the builders love that around here. So it works out.
I think isn't half the battle treating people like human?
Yes. Yes. Oh, I love that. It's so true.
Like, and not as disposable people to like produce outcomes for you. Like if you actually, because some of them, like some like brick people, like I just got a whole new appreciation for like brick and mason. I'm like, you guys work so hard. You're like
It's an art.
modern day Michelangelos, right? Like they are, the stuff that they do is
Mhm.
so. And so I started thinking about like, oh, what if there's a world where contractors and tradespeople are like, they're valued and they're treated like, I mean, on the opposite end, I almost feel like everybody needs to learn how to communicate.
Yeah. I mean, that's helpful.
And yeah, like it's communication and and honoring your word and showing up when you say you're gonna show up. Like, because those are the traits.
So things.
Yeah, because the other part too is, and I'm assuming that in where you're working, you're there's a lot of migration from California to Utah, correct?
You would not believe it. California and Arizona. Every new client I have, that's where they're coming from. It's crazy.
And they have, I mean, one is younger, two, and two is they're expecting a certain level of service.
Yeah. Well, and especially ones that are coming from California too, where they've paid such a premium for homes for so long, and then they can bring that same price point to Utah and get so much more for it. And so they're just like, yeah, they want the full experience. They want what they want. Like they're like, we're making this move. And the clients that I have that are coming up from Arizona, we're mainly doing like second home properties for them, vacation homes, things like that. And so they're in that same boat. They're like, no, this is our Zen place. This is where we're coming for, our summers to like enjoy the mountains and all that. And so they're the same way. They want that premium, they want that seamless experience, and they want good design. Like that's yeah.
So give me a walkthrough about how you work with the client.
So I always tell clients, I'm like, when you're hiring me, you're marrying me. Like we are together. Like let's get along. We have to make sure that we vibe with each other because so I like to come in when they're working on the architectural plans. I prefer to come in right as the usually like right after that first rough draft of plans has hit. And then now I can come in and be like, okay, I know the way you're gonna function. We get together and I learn like all about them. We have a lot of conversations about how their life is. So then I work with the architect and we make sure that those plans are going to work with what I have in my head for design and then as well with the client. And then from there usually we pick a builder together at that point or at this point a lot of times builders will bring me on especially in the Utah County area because I just have really great relationships with a lot of the contractors around here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start the whole design process. So we're, putting together those design boards, the renderings. And it's interesting because I have a lot of clients obviously that are coming from out of state. We are doing a lot of back and forth on emails, but then my local clients, like I'm all about like, let's get together. Like I want you to see it, I want you to touch it, I want you to feel it. Uh, so we're kind of all over the place, but yeah, we go through and we choose everything, right? We're choosing your plumbing, we're choosing your flooring. And I actually make a preference of being on site. That's another one of the things that I think is so important. I recently actually went and got my general contractor's license so that I could truly be on site and understand everything. So like if we have a walkway that's not working, I'm like, "Hey, like I understand now how that framing works and I can say, let's put a header on there. Let's open this up," or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, yeah. So then we just kind of go through the whole entire process together from every little selection until they are picking furniture. And then we do a full install at the end with your furniture and all of the decor and everything. And, usually they're like, it's like a 3-year relationship. So I'm always like, okay, we can divorce now. But it was a fun marriage.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It is. That's why I'm like, when you meet these clients and stuff, I'm like, we are together. We are every step of the way. I am here to make every single decision with you. I don't think people realize often how many decisions there are
Any decision.
when you're building custom. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, we did a gut renovation in our home in Chicago, and my wife made every single decision. And we
Good
didn't
for
have
her.
interior design, but she put together the mood boards and the Canva things and make
Yeah.
all the choices and I was like, and based off of that experience, which made me create you know my business purpose design build and it because I wanted a better experience, and I'm probably sure that's probably where you came from too, right? Like you knew that you wanted a better experience with something that is like the most important investment in your life besides your family, right?
Absolutely. This is where this is home. Like that's where you spend all of your time. You want to love it.
Your time, you want to love it for sure. And do you just kind of like, for how do you get clients? Is it word of mouth now?
It's all over the place. I'm always surprised. A lot of them I get from referrals. Like that's I would say obviously number one thing. We always it's funny people actually call Salt Lake City Small Lake City because it's so funny how like quick you can know someone, I mean, down here we're very family related. Everyone is all about family, and so we're all related in some way or another. I feel like so a lot of it's referrals from friends and then builders that I've gained really good relationships with. Like they'll always be like, "Hey, here's some designers we work with," and then I get a lot from Instagram, which always surprises me. A lot of my out of state people are coming in from Instagram, just seeing my
Projects out of state?
not necessarily, but the ones that are moving into state. So like
Oh, okay.
all of my because we have a lot of especially Park City area and like we now have a city called Camas that is just booming. There's so much of that second homes happening up in that area. And a lot of those clients are coming from Instagram, which what a
Wow.
great platform.
What a
I'm
great platform.
yes, like I'm like so appreciative
At
that
the same time, it's so addictive and so dangerous.
I know I have to be careful and I get jealous. Like I look at other designers' stuff and I'm just like, dang, like I wish I
footlights.
would have
Oh
come
wow.
up with that. Yes, exactly. Or how did they get that client? I want that client.
Or how'd they get that house, right? Like how'd they get to do that house? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
like, dang, that's such a killer house. Or how did they get it with that architect? Or, yeah, yeah, you have to bring yourselves down, humble.
How when you came to think about, so you're 10, 11 years in, how have you what did you think growth was like when you first started, and what does it look like now?
My gosh, I remember so the very first house that I ever did by myself, I so I'll give you a little background story. So here in Utah, there's this thing called the Parade of Homes, and it's huge. Like, right, we have people that come from all over the country to come to this. And I had been a part of it for 10 years at this point. I had constantly been helping another designer that I worked with. And I decided that I wanted to go out on my own and I offered a builder free of charge. Like I was like, I'll do it for free. I just want my name in it. I just want to be able to prove to myself that I could do it. And this awesome builder gave me gave a chance on me, I guess I'd say. So
Yeah.
anyway, and it killed. It was the one that actually won awards and
Wow.
it was amazing. And then that next year he gave me like two more houses. And then like, the next year another builder called me and was like, "Hey, I've heard about you, give you a couple more." And every year I was in that parade, I'd have a home featured in the parade of homes. And it just grew and grew. And now we're doing 10 to 15 houses a year almost. And it's booming. It boggles my mind that I went from one free house that was like 5,000 square feet to now we're doing homes that are, 14,000 square feet is I would say is probably the average home that we're doing here now. And I even just signed on one that's 41,000 square feet. Is that not crazy? 41,000 square feet. So to see the way that this business has boomed is just, it's so exciting.
So first off, you're in a different planet.
Right? Right. I know you're like talking about Chicago. I'm like, oh, we don't like, we have like mansions.
Yeah, yeah.
People here like their
We,
space.
yeah, the people where you live, yeah, we have 110-year-old houses. That's what
Yes.
we have. Yeah.
I'm kind of sad actually because we don't have that. Like, there's such a trend going on right now here in Utah of like everything we're building, we want to make it look old because we don't have old out here. Like, we just don't. And we want it. Like, we want that true old architectural feel, but yet we want our space. So we're building these like cute old houses that are like, 12,000 square feet. Like, they don't really relate, but we're trying so hard to get that connection out here.
Wow. Wow. Are
I
you
know.
from Utah?
I am born and raised. Yeah.
Wow. And how would you describe your style?
You know, I I mean, I do like everything, but if I could personally like choose, I would say I'm really into like modern organic. I really love neutral tones. I really love natural materials, lots of like just living things. Very, very textural, but I just everything has to be brown in my book. I love
Yeah.
brown. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I would definitely say more modern organics, like my kind of my favorite. But 90% of the projects that I do are probably your true kind of European traditional homes out here.
Mm.
That's I think what my bread and butter is.
Yeah. Yeah. Are people often coming in with their ideas, or are they looking to you for ideas?
Most of the time people will come with kind of a basic idea of what they want. I have noticed over the years that a lot of people actually don't really know what it is they like. So one of the very first meetings that we have is I ask them to like include me in an Instagram board or something like where they've saved all their pictures or a Pinterest board or something. And I will literally sit there and go through all of these pictures. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's hundreds, but I can usually start to decipher what it is that they're repeatedly liking
Drawn to.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you can see like three different pictures that are completely different styles, but they all have, let's just say, brown. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, I think that it's the color that you're liking out of this. Like, I start to see the repetitiveness in each picture, and then I can kind of help people be like, this is what you're liking. I think we can go this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say most of the time it's that way, but a lot of times people will have kind of a, for years there it was, we love the modern farmhouse. We really want that white with the black windows, or, now everyone's coming in with the old European. We want the stone. We want the house that you can't tell what year you built it. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're kind of all over the place, but most of the time I think that they don't know what they want,
For
which is
sure.
why they
For
hire
sure.
me. So
For sure. Are you in terms of, so like I know for me, I mean, you kind of sit between like not a home builder, not in like interior designer plus. It's like more, you're like more, it sounds like you're more of like a designer project manager. Is that right?
yeah, I've actually had a lot of builders call me that. They say that I'm the designer like they call me project manager a lot of times. They'll say this is our in-house designer or something, and she's also a project manager. So she'll keep you on straight. She'll, she's the one that does it all, the
Yeah,
communication,
yeah.
everything. So
But you're communicating with all of the trades too, right? Because
yeah.
they're building the the core infrastructure. But now that you have your GC license, you're making sure that the ship is running on time and the client's aesthetic is infused into the house that they want.
Yeah, that's the game plan. Yep. That's always the goal. That's always the hope. But yeah.
That's really cool. That's really
Yeah.
cool. I think that's like a complete white space right there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I noticed. That's why I was like, there's so many designers that are just, they're incredible and they have so much love.
They can't.
Well, and I just realized that, I mean, and I probably shouldn't even say this, but I liked the construction side of it more than I liked the frilly side of it. Like I was like,
For
no, I
sure.
want to know, how can we make these walls sound barrier? Like let's do a staggered, framing. Let's, like, I wanted to know those things. I wanted to know, how am I going to put stone on that wall? Do I have the structural, balance underneath? Like all those things became important to me. And I was like, wait, I think I enjoy the construction side of this,
Yep.
which
Yep.
surprised me.
Yeah. I and I yeah, I think you and I are doing something pretty similar just because I there's design, but design is more of a function of the person's taste and aesthetic, but it maybe but it's more of a function, right? Like
Yeah.
they feel good going in. Whereas I've talked to a lot of designers, they're like, design, 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 and they look so incredible on the picture, but then
To actually
it's
implement
almost like,
it.
yeah, to like implement, but then you stop there and you're like, okay, what about the house? Like, what about the space? What about
Does that
everything
actually
else?
work?
Yeah, does it actually work, or does it feel museum like and not actually something that anybody can actually live in? Because
Yeah.
some of the designs that I see, I'm like, all right, it looks pretty, but is it comfortable? Is it
Yes.
really a
That
space
is
people
so
to
important.
be in, right?
Well, and again, like we're in Utah, we are very family oriented. So I'm like, we have to pay attention. Like everyone here has lots of kids. We entertain our families. And so like it's important for us. Like I think in the 20 years that I've really been in design, I have only put marble countertops in 2 projects, maybe
Wow.
in a kitchen, because no one here wants that, because they're like, I don't want to be stressed that every time my kid has grape juice that I'm going to have a stain on my countertop. So everything here is so functional. We're so functional. We want everything to withstand the everyday living because
Eight kids that everybody has.
I'm serious. No, it's really true. We just want true function. We do not want to stress about our house. We want to just come home and love it and not be like, don't touch that. Don't touch that. You can't have that there. Like,
Really
we just want to live.
isn't. Absolutely.
We want beautiful at the same time. So I mean, we've found really great ways to create that. But again, I think that's where it's so important for like someone like me to come in, because I know all the products and I know which ones are going to withstand and which ones haven't. I mean, learn from my mistakes, right? Did that, didn't work out great. Let's do this. So,
For sure, for sure.
yeah.
Where what's the goal? Where do you want to take your business?
Oh
Well,
my
no,
God.
I guess how many people are you now and where do you want to be? Yeah, where do you want to take it?
So there are 5 of us now on my team, and
Incredible.
It is so fun. I absolutely love it. It's a blast. But, I've learned something about myself recently that I'm kind of a control freak and it's like taking everything. Well, I have a couple parts to this. It takes everything out of me to like I have to release control, right? Like I have to like trust my team and they're incredible. So I'm like, okay, like they've got it. I can step away from this. But at the same time, how do you scale when I have this intense fear of these people have hired me? Like, right? Like they're hiring me. And so I don't want to pass them down. Like I hear people say that all the time. They're like, "Well, am I actually getting you or am I getting someone on your team?" And
Mm,
so that's been one of my biggest things right now is how to scale up and take my business to the next place. But I still want my clients to have me. I still want them to have that
mm,
personal experience. But obviously, I need help. I can't do it all on my own. So it's been tricky trying to figure out how to have team members do the things that I don't have to do. Like, I need to, you know, learn how to just relinquish a little control, let them do those things, but then I need to be the face. I want to be at all the meetings. I want to be the communication with all these clients because
mm.
I want them to have me. Like they're hiring me and I want them to have that personal experience. It's
For
important to
sure.
me.
What tech do you use in your business? Like, how do you?
So we use SketchUp a lot. That's how we do all of our renderings. And then I actually use Google Slides for all of our design boards and everything. I love it because then as we change it, they can just
See it.
quickly
Yeah.
see it. So it's so nice and you can share it with so many people. So those are our main two that we use. We use Builder Trend a lot, obviously, for communication and things like that, but that's the main sources.
Are you using AI?
Not really. It kind of freaks me out. I mean, I do it on the like common things like, hey, I need this email to sound professional, like,
Mhm.
take out the cuss words. But like, other than that, no, I don't know. I don't even know how. It freaks me out a little bit.
It is.
I need to
It's
learn
true.
because I know it's such a good tool. I know it is.
It is a. I just did like my very first AI all AI project, and
How did it go?
it was incredible. Like from the first client communication through the design, through the invoices, through the ordering you supplies, it did it all. So like
That's crazy.
they had a fireplace surround and they needed a fireplace to fit it. It found the link to the fireplace and I ordered it from there.
No way.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I could totally see that.
And then at the end, I asked it to wrap up my whole entire project and calculate how much time I spent prompting it, and it gave me like, and then I was able to speak into like what worked, what didn't work, and it gave me a project wrap up, and I was able to then turn it into a case study that I could put onto my website. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. And how helpful. Like, you probably saved so much time.
So much time, so much time. I spent 8 hours
Oh my gosh, for the whole thing.
total for the whole thing. For the
Yeah, okay, that's crazy.
yeah. So it's there's a lot to it. It is scary. Like I mean, it's kind of messed up to say, and I'm not advocating for this, but like you could be like, hey, you could take a picture. Well, this isn't so messed up. You could take all of your pictures of all of your designs that you've ever done,
Mhm.
put it into AI, and then ask it to say, describe the Chelsea K style, and it'll come up with your style. And then you could say, okay, this is the client. Come up with a mood board based off of the Chelsea K style, and then it can come up with a mood board for you. Like
Oh
that's
my
what
gosh,
it's.
my head is like reeling right now. I'm like, I am
But
so
you
good.
could also, but you could also do something shady and be like, what's the Shea McGee style, right?
I'm like,
Again.
I know they really like that designer, so give me some of her stuff. Hey, wait.
Or take a blend between this and this and this and then merge it. Like
Yeah.
that you could, you know what I mean? That's the downside, but you can use it for yourself is to be able to.
Oh,
Yeah, and I did so like if you use Chat GPT, one of the things that I would, so if you have a new project, just dump everything into a Chat GPT session with so that it can keep track of all of the conversations, the budgets, invoices, everything for that.
Oh my
If you're creating
god.
spreadsheets, it's
Do
it'll
you think a lot of people are using it this way? Like, I think I'm such a newbie in this whole thing. That's crazy.
some people are. I think I've just gravitated towards using it in this way because I was an early adopter to it, and so I started to see like, oh, this is, even
Why not use
stuff.
something that's helpful? Why not?
Yeah, and the other thing too is like you can. So one of the things that I'm planning to do is like take all of my old text messages, all of my old emails, all of my old client presentations, just put it all into Chat GPT or a, a chat session. And now you can give it to somebody and it would act like you. The same way that you respond to things.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you know what I would love for this too? Is like, you know how you get that client sometimes where it's like they say like you're like, "You approved this," and they're like, "No, I never did. No, I never did." Can you imagine taking all of your texts and being like having it find, that conversation or something? Like I would totally use it for stuff like that big time to be like,
That's exactly what I use it. It's like on this date, this is what we talked about. Yeah.
"Yes, this is our discussion. This is how I got to the answer I got." Oh my gosh, I got to do this. Yes,
But
I need to
it's
more.
for sure. We should talk offline about that.
Seriously. I could go on forever. I didn't know everything.
Yeah, no, it's. I think I think for the style of work, because I found like the crazy, the purists interior designers, they just hate it
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
But the way that I've been using it, and I think for someone like you that like you have a lot going on and you're multifaceted, but you're like business and design, but I think a little bit more business construction-y, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that it can act like a second brain
Yeah.
that will allow you to take the thinking off of your plate and allow you to easily delegate it to people. It's just like it's really interesting.
Yeah, that's so
But at
smart.
the same time, it's scary too because
I know, because that's what I always think of. I'm like, is this gonna take over our jobs here in the future? But then
oh no, not
it
not you, not
it
you.
can't.
Won't it
Yeah.
can't 100% can't.
But why not use
Well,
it to help us?
why not use it to help make
Pretty much.
things a little bit easier? You know what I mean? So
That is genius. I love this.
so hey, tell everybody sort of when you think about yeah this next coming year, what's the big thing for you?
Oh my gosh. I do have a big project that I'm working on, but I am under NDAs that I can't talk about it, so I'm so sad because I have a really big one that's coming up. So when it does come out, you'll see it on Instagram, and I'm really really excited about it. I've got a
Awesome.
big home coming up. Um and then I think that we've got a lot of really fun projects that are just different for us. Like I said, we've focused so much on this traditional European look, and now we have a lot of projects up in Tuhey and Victory Ranch, which are just these really cool neighborhoods up in Park City. And so we're getting into that really mountain modern, which I think is just so true to Utah. So we've got a lot of that kind of fun stuff coming up. I've got a lot of new builders on my roster, which I think is so fun because I'm love making new relationships. So yeah, just it's kind of a lot happening all at once, but I mean it's the same, but it's like exciting new stuff. Like we're excited.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Cool. Well, tell everybody your website and your Instagram so they can follow your work.
Yes. Okay, so it's Chelsea K, just the initial designs.com is my website. I have portfolios and all kinds of stuff on there. And then my Instagram is again just Chelsea Chelseea, and then the initial K, and then designs with an S at the end. And that's my Instagram as well. So yeah, get on there and check out my stuff. It's always kind of fun and changing, but yeah, that's how you'll find my things.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for your time. And I'm glad we were able to make this happen.
I know, I'm so glad. It
Cool.
finally happened. We
Well,
did
it's
it.
really happened. Cool. Awesome. Was it worth it?
Yes, that was so worth
Seriously.
it. It was fun. You made
Awesome.
it easy.
Thank you so much. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes.